And welcome to Clappia. In this video, we'll see how to use the schedule workflow feature in Clappia. This lets you run workflows automatically at a fixed time without any user action, basically scheduling your workflows. Let's see how this works. I've already signed into my Clappia workplace. Let me take a simple example. Say I want to schedule weekly reminder emails to all users of this app only. So I'll just open this app. To schedule something for an app, in this case scheduling emails, go to Design App, go to Workflows, and then select Trigger-Based Flows. Now, a quick note before we continue. Unlike the usual workflows in Clappia, which run when a user makes a submission or edits something in the app, or when a status changes, trigger-based workflows don't need any user action. They run automatically. I'll click on Start and select Schedule. The schedule trigger is used when you want a workflow to run at a specific time and keep running automatically based on that schedule. It'll run indefinitely. Set it up on the right panel. You can give it a name if you want, then select how often the schedule step should run. If you select hourly, you can choose the minute it should send. Like if I put 20 here, it'll schedule the workflow every hour at the 20th minute, as you can see in the examples listed over here. If it's daily, then you can select the exact time it should run every day. If it's weekly, you can select the time and the day of the week. And finally, you can schedule it monthly at a particular time and the date of the month. For this example, I'll select weekly since I want to send a weekly email. I'll just schedule it for a few minutes from now since I'll show you how it works. I'll save this. Once you set up the schedule step, you can set up your workflow below it. Just click on Add Step. I'll select Email. You can use a combination of workflow steps here, but just note that the schedule trigger can only be used once in a single flow. If you need multiple schedules, you'll need to add them as parallel flows. Just click on Start, add the schedule workflow, and then add the workflow steps below it. Okay, now I can set up the email workflow on the right panel. If you're familiar with the email workflow from the other flows, this is almost the same. I will link that in the description box if you want to check that out. For two email addresses, which means to whom you want to send the email to, you can type it in, or you can send it to either all the users of the app, all the reviewers of the app, or to all data admins. Just type @ and make your selection. I'll select all users. If you want to know how to give different types of app access to your users, please check the video that is linked in the description box. Next, you can type the subject and the body. Note that if you want to pull submission details dynamically here, like the regular email workflow, you won't be able to under trigger-based flows. You can use the Find Submission workflow to get it, but I'll just keep this video simple for now. I'll save this. Now I have set up a schedule to send emails every week at this time. So I should be receiving one in my inbox shortly. I'll check it out. And here you can see it has come through. And I will receive it every week as per schedule. So as you saw, it doesn't require a user to do anything once you set it up. It runs automatically. If you want to stop it temporarily, you can simply disable this step and all the workflows will be disabled underneath it. Like I mentioned earlier, you can use other workflow steps or a combination of them and schedule it. So let's say every week I need an email to be sent if there are priority 1 submissions that are not resolved and are also not new incidents. Now in this case, the system needs to go through the submissions and check the conditions. So to set that up, I'll use the same schedule trigger. Just disable this email workflow. Now underneath this, I will add Find Submissions. All the workflows that I show you here in this video will be linked in the description if you want to know how to set them up or how they work. Just note that if you want to use field values for filtering or checking conditions under trigger-based flows, you will need to first use the Find Submission, then followed by whatever workflow you need to set up. So on the right panel, I will set this up. Since I'm finding submissions from the same app, I will select the same app over here, then filter the submissions based on the criteria I mentioned earlier, which was priority 1 submissions. So that field was a resolution priority. Add another filter if they are not new incidents, which came under this field, and if their status was not resolved. So I'll just choose the status submitted, just for the sake of example. Then I'll just select all these fields and save it. Then I will add an if condition to check if there are submissions found. So if the count is greater than 0, you can use the Find Submission variable for count over here and save it. Then finally, the email step. The same setup, but instead of sending to all users, I will just type in my email address. I'll just type in something random here and save it. Now I will get the email because as you saw in my submissions tab, there are submissions that match this criteria. So let's check it out. First, I'll just change the schedule so that I receive the email and I'll check it out in my inbox. And I've received it. And that's it. Irrespective of whether submissions were made to the app or edits were made or any status changes, scheduled workflows will always run at the configured schedule and take action based on whatever logic you've defined. So this is how you can use the schedule trigger in Clappia to automate workflows that run completely on their own. If you have any questions, need help setting up more complex scheduled workflows, or help on any other feature in Clappia, you can raise a support request by clicking on the button over here at the top. You can select AI Assistant as it is trained on all of Clappia's help material and gives you a more tailored solution, or you can select any other option and our support team will get in touch. Thank you.